Hello, I'm Micks Mowers and Mower Man, and welcome to my channel. In this video today, we're going to take a little look at a nice sort of vintage piece of kit which I picked up off of Facebook Marketplace, and it's got a bit of a wicked story behind it, which I shall show you very, very shortly. But it is a really, really nice piece of old kit, and I'm hoping this machine should just, with a bit of petrol, I'm hoping, fire straight into action. So it could be good. So stick around. This will be quite a good, interesting video. Before we get on, I've got a few bits and pieces turned up in the old post. I've got a keyring here from Grass Cutter Palmer. That's Tim. He's Scottish. He sent me a keyring, so thank you very much, Tim. It's either a keyring or an earring, one or the other. But thank you very much indeed, Tim. Much appreciated, buddy boy, for your keyring. Just put it onto my spare keys. I've also got an envelope here turned up from the Lawn Medic. He sent me a sticker. I believe yours are on the way to you, buddy boy, and it says My Green Lawn. Now I'm assuming his channel is called the Lawn Medic, or My Green Lawn, one or the other. Go and check him out. He has sent me a sticker to put on my sticker board. Go and check him out and let him know that Micks Mowers and Mower Man has sent you. And it looks like he's got a nice little HRH Honda lawnmower there, 4-wheeler. That's nice, a nice little machine. So thank you very much indeed for that, buddy boy. And the last thing someone sent me, this is off my Amazon wish list. For those of you who don't know, I have an Amazon wish list. It's a thing. Someone has sent me, now I did see some correspondence about these, but someone has sent me some quantum style Briggs and Stratton primer bowls. There's about 4 or 5 in here. 1, 2, 3, yeah, 5 in here. So thank you very much indeed. If that was you, thank you very much indeed for supporting me via my Amazon wishlist. And if you'd like to do so, in the comment section down below, you'll find my Amazon wishlist. Hit the link and feel free to buy myself a little tiny gift to help me on my way on my YouTube journey. So today we're going to be doing it's a little tiny Atco 14-inch lawnmower, cylinder mower, or as you guys and girls call them elsewhere in the world, real mowers. But this is a little bit unique. This is a 2-stroker, and it is actually got an 80, I think it's an 83 or 86 cc 2-stroke Villers Midget engine on top. But the way in which you start this lawnmower is a bit more unique. It starts with a kickstart like you would find on your motorbike. So this is actually a kickstart lawnmower, not a pull cord one or electric start. This has got a nice little kickstart on here. The reason behind why I paid good money for this is years back in sunny old Bognor Regis, there used to be a lawnmower shop called Talbot's. I've never heard of it. I've tried researching it, can't find any information on it at all. But I'm hoping that this gentleman is going to send me some photographs of the shop. There are 2 apparently, and one was sold many years ago, and this one was the last one. And the gentleman who used to help run the shop passed away very, very recently. I saw the advert up on the shop, and this was part of his estate. And when I went down to go pick it up, they were actually clearing out his estate from the house. And this lawnmower apparently was fully restored prior to it being put in the shop window for about 10 years on a display. So it's had the cylinder sharpened, bed knife sharpened. It's had new crank in it. It's had new piston put in it. All new old stock parts were put onto this machine. And once it was all done, it was then put in for a window display. So I thought, well, do you know what? For what we're asking for, that's quite good money for a machine that has barely had any use, dating back from about 1954. So the restoration went ahead at around about 1980, late 1980s, somewhere in there. It had the restoration done, and since then, to my knowledge, it's barely been even started. So what I want to do is take it around, take it outside, have a look around it, see what it looks like, and all the differences on it, and maybe go for a little fire up, try and get it fired up. Now it does run on 20-to-1 oil mix, which is quite a strong one. And I might just put a little tiny bit of SEA 30 oil in there as well, because back in those days they used to run the 2-stroke was on engine oil and petrol rather than the 2-stroke oils we had. But I might just put a little tiny drop of engine oil in there as well, just to keep it lubed up, because it is an old machine, and I certainly don't want to damage it whilst I'm running it up, and if it starts. And go from there. So if this is your first time watching Micks Mowers and Mower Man, hit the old subscribe button, knock back the old bell, set notifications to all. That way you'll be told next time I upload another video. So without further ado, let's get down and dirty, and let's go and start this lawnmower with a kickstart. Before we get on, we have to put this sticker on, I suppose. My Green Lawn from the Lawn Medic. I'm going to get another bit of perspex, I think, to fit all these stickers on. And it fit in there just below turning wrenches. There you go. Nice little spot for you there, buddy boy. So you're all on. Good. Right. Well, I've got a cup of coffee outside somewhere. I'll go and find that in a minute. Let's have a little wander and see what it is I've actually picked up. So, oh, there's my coffee. Just there. Let's grab that. Right, let's have a little look. So here it is, in all its little glory, compared to the Ransom Marquis, not Ransom Marquis, Atco Balmoral, that I've got beside it, which was also just purchased by myself just yesterday. So that'll be coming up in another video very, very soon. Let's get rid of that one. That was purchased for a non-running machine, completely non-running. So that'd be good, nice little 20-inch. So let's have a little look around it, shall we? So, 14-inch Atco with a Villers. It's a Mark III Atco Villers kickstart. The box wasn't restored as part of the project, but it looks like it's had relatively new rollers put on about 10 years ago. Bear in mind, this is a 10-year ago restoration, guys. The cylinder has been all sharpened up prior to it being put in the window. And around the back here, this is where you start it. Nice little kickstart, okay? So it's not like your conventional lawnmower with a pull cord. It's got a little kickstart on it. And on the side, tip up onto the side, you can see here's the plate on it, and it says machine reference 14, which is the width for cut. 54 is the year of which it was manufactured. So it was 1954 by Charles P. Herbert, who manufactured her. So it's a lovely little machine, but it's getting on. Little tiny 80 sort of cc engine on there. This is a not quite so late. The later model ones, the real early birds, they had like a torpedo one exhaust off of these with a little tiny tail on the end of it. This has got a little tiny pot system one. Little Villers carburetor on there as well. Now, when I'm going to put petrol in this, I dare say we're going to get a bit of leakage. If I can turn the tap, the tap does turn. Might get a bit of leakage through there. So we shall see. Inside the fuel tank, I don't know if you're going to be able to see inside there, but I have already had a look. And inside the fuel tap, the tank is absolutely brand spanking new in there. This is done next to nothing. So, what do I do with this machine? Do I, if it runs, do I strip it, restore it, powder coat it? Do I leave it as is? So I just restore the grass box just to bring it up to its up to the standard, or what do you want me to do with it if it runs? Because I'm thinking about just leaving it as it is. It was restored to put on display, but it's a serious bit of kit. The spark plug is a Lodge spark plug C318. Which is I've got your quadruple or triple points on here, which is quite nice. But it's all there. I know someone was asking on a question a while back about one of these, about having no height control. That's because you were missing these bits here, buddy boy. There's some bits missing on yours. Someone had robbed some parts. So these are not very common. Not very common indeedy do. You don't see a lot of these on the marketplaces anymore. People tend to be a little bit wary of buying them, because they're two-stroke and they are seized. Lots of them do seize up because over the years people just don't tend to mix the fuel right, or they've had quite a hard life. So I picked this one up. I was trying to find a bit of level ground on my lawn, which is not an easy thing to do on my lawn. So all in all, it's a tidy little machine. Throttle control on the top, just here, and then this is your cylinder not engaged over to the left, so you can wheel it forwards and backwards, and then you engage the cylinder by pushing this lever over to the right, and that will then engage it once the clutch kicks in. Okay, so you start it by kick starting it, as I say, like so, and it's as simple as that. So what did I say? Shall we just get some petrol, put it in, and see what happens? So this lawnmower wouldn't have been started for around about 10 to 15 years. It was sat in a window display, and once the shop had shut in Bognor Regis, which I don't even know when it shut, it's just stored inside in a storage, so it's never been run. So let's get some petrol mixed up, some 20-to-1, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so to mix up the two-stroke for this, I'll show you how I mix my two-stroke, because I believe that mixing two-stroke up is vital. Okay, getting it in regards of getting it correct. Okay, now you can just do it via the math way, okay, and do it in your head and all the rest of it, but not everyone can do math, okay, and me being included. So I do it this way. So I'm going to pour 200 ml, because I don't want a lot of petrol, really I don't. I just want enough just to wet its whistle, if there's any petrol in my can. In fact, I'm going to pour 300 ml. Which will be roughly there. So it's 300 ml of petrol. Now I use an app on my phone. Let me just unlock my old phone here and go to phone search. I think it's under two-stroke. Yeah, there it is here. So there's an app called Two-Stroke which I use. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to punch in 0.3 of a litre at 20-to-1 is 15 millilitres of oil. Okay, that's how I do it. If you can't get your ratios bang on, then use one of the apps. If you want to mix up 50-to-1, you just put in there 50, and then that way it tells you exactly what you need. Okay, so it is quite a rich mix. So we want 20-to-1, which is 15 ml of oil for 0.3 of it, which is 300 millilitres. Okay, so for 300 ml, we want was it 15 ml? I say, I think it was 15. Let's double check. 15 ml. So I've got some oil here, and what I use is these little tiny, the medicine things you get for your kids. They come with 5 ml and 2.5 increments on. So I think they're brilliant for that. You can mark it out exactly right. So there's 5. There's 10. And there's 50. There's a little bit of air in there, so I'm just going to blow that back out again. I'm just going to go again. Don't know where in there, Mick. So there's exactly 15 ml of oil, which gives you a 20-to-1. Now, as I say, I'm going to get a little tiny drop of SEA 30, just a drop, just to lube it up. It won't be a lot. It'll just be that much there. Just enough to keep this engine lubed up. Now you may say, well, you've actually now got over your 20 ml, but that was just a dribble. Just enough, just to keep this engine nice and lubed up. I don't mind if it's smoky, because it's a vintage machine, and I want to try and guarantee its lifespan if I can. If you run it too lean, you're going to do damages to it. Okay, and if you do a damage to a piston bore or anything like that, try and get a hold of spares. I dare you. Try and get hold of a spare part for this machine, because they don't exist. So I'd much rather be edging on the side of caution, just running it a little bit richer for what I need. So that's the oil mixed up. Let's go back outside, put the petrol inside the machine, and see what we don't get. Right. Fire up time on this little tiny Atco Midget lawnmower. It is a fantastic little bit of kit, without a doubt. Now, as I say, I might get a few fuel leaks here, because some of the corks and what have you within inside the fuel system may not be, maybe too dry. It may want a bit of time just to swell up, but we shall see. And I don't know if fuel tap, I think that fuel tap is off, so let's pour that into the old tank. And once I've finished with this machine, I'm going to be taking the fuel back out. So in goes the petrol. It's just sitting there for a minute. Put that container out of the way. So I don't even know if the carburetor needs cleaning. The carburetor may want cleaning on this yet. Not quite sure. But again, we shall see. So let's do that up. Now, we've got fuel in the system now. So I'm going to turn the tap on, but I just want to show you the little twiddler, or what we call a twiddler or a tickler. So you've got a fuel tap just here, okay, which needs to be turned on very shortly. Your choke on these is just here. There's a choke, little tiny choke flap just there, okay. And you've got a little tiny twiddler here, and that's designed to flood your carburetor, to push your bowl, push your float down, so that you allow fuel into the system, okay. So I'm going to turn the fuel on, and in goes the fuel. Just sort of drop down the old lever there. And I'm just going to flood this carby. There it goes. See that fuel coming out the top there now? So that's just been flooded. So I also a couple of twiddlers, just to give it enough, just to flood the carb, just to make sure you have actually got fuel coming down into the system. Oh, that's better. Right. Okay. So I'm going to put it onto choke, and then we'll give it a couple of kicks and what have you. Let's see what happens. So onto choke, all the way down. A bit of throttle is required. Make sure your cylinder is turned off, okay? So you can push it forwards and backwards, okay? And then let's give it a kick. That fired. I'm going to take it off a choke. I'll put on about half choke. Now you've got to let it warm up. It's a two-stroker. So I've got to set the height control. So the height control is not set. It's set on the lowest setting there is, on the ground. So there you go. What was that? Third or fourth kick? Little tiny 83, 86cc Villers midget engine. No carburetor work required. Ticking away. Isn't that a little thing of beauty? (1954) technology, idling away beautifully. And it's not been started in about 10 years. Just over 10 years. Yeah, it's a bit smoky. I didn't worry about the environment back in them days. But I have got to adjust the bed knife, the cylinder, because it is right on the deck. I don't run it on the lawn. And you don't want to put your fingers in there either, because it's not that I don't trust it, but you know, this is a finger chopping machine. So what I'll do is, whilst that's ticking over, so I get adjustable, just adjust that front roller. Just so I can just raise that roller up just a touch, because it is actually on the ground. Now, I'm not worried if it doesn't actually cut the grass, although it did start to cut grass. But as I say, you need to watch your fingies. just setting that up. That's a bit better. Give it a bit of beans. Oh my lord. You've got to be a bit quick with the old controls here. And I'm a bit too tall for this. It's actually cutting really well. Let me take you along for a little bit of a drive with it. It's going to be a bit shaky, guys. Can't really odds that. I've got to try and keep my hands free whilst operating this. It's not the easy thing to do, free-handed. They weren't expecting back in the 1950s to have a GoPro to operate it. In fact, let me try and take it off of a quick release. So you are a bit more hands-free. So I'm going to put it into throttle, bit of juice, just here. And I'm going to slip the drive into place. Away it goes. Bit of throttle. And as you can see, it's actually cutting really well. My word. No anti-vibration controls required on this machine. Look at that. Is that not a little thing of beauty? It runs absolutely faultlessly. So, the next question is, how do you turn it off? I didn't think of that. Just turn the throttle down. So that should effectively, that should really rev low. Let's try and bring it all the way down to that engine noise that we all know and love. Oh, you can't get it much lower than that. That's fighting to stay up there. Oh, that's low. Have a listen to that. That's where it wants to be. That's the sort of noise, right? Let's stop there. It was a little bit low, but that's the sort of noise that them guys listen to at the old shows. So try and set it just above where it was beforehand. About there. When you're at a show, that's the sort of noise I want to hear. Pop, 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 pop. What a fantastic bit of kit. Super happy with that. Just chugging away. 1954, baby. Atco with a Villers Mark III midget engine, 2-stroker. And it was fully restored. I mean, that cylinder was cutting like an absolute diamond. What a beautiful thing. So, let me know in the comment section what you want me to do. Now, it's a bit smoky, admitted, but I put a bit of oil in there as well. First time it's been running how long, so I will just run it, I think, on straight 20 to 1. It could possibly even go a bit leaner than that, I would say, with today's modern day oils. Let me know what you think, guys. Should I run it a bit leaner? It does say 20-1, but that was old school money. I could possibly run it on a little bit better, but hopefully it'll stop smoking a little bit when it goes on a bit less oil. But there is oil coming out of the exhaust, which it is very rich anyway. But let me know what you want me to do. Should I restore it? Because there's a few paint scrapes on it down here. The paint has come away. Let me know what you want me to do. Should I restore it, strip it? Either way, I'm super happy. 1954 Villers kickstart. Man, she's sexy. So there you go, guys. That's another video done from the old Micks Mowers shack. What do you think about this little lawnmower? Should I restore it? What should I do? Should I just put it away? Maybe just restore the grass box and leave the rest be? I've had to do nothing to this machine. Not in the carburetor clean or any points adjustments or anything. It's just, she was good to go. Third kick and away she went. It's a fantastic little device. Cuts really well too. As I said, it's been fully restored, so I'm super happy with it. If you like sort of video of Micks Mowers and Mower Man, hit the old subscribe button, whack the old bell, set notifications to all, that way you'll be told next time I upload another video. I look forward to the next episode of Micks Mowers very soon, but until then people, don't forget, much more importantly, take her easy.